Hello students. So in this video we are going to discuss about the chapter that is universe. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about the stars, galaxies, constellations, the solar system, about the moon, phases of moon, asteroids, comet, meteorites and artificial satellites. So let us begin with the universe. So what is exactly universe? So universe is the everything that exists. Stars, planet, moon, other heavenly bodies and the empty space in between. Remember, our planet Earth is also the part of universe in which all the living organisms are also considered as a part of universe. So universe is spread all the way everywhere and we are part of this universe. Now there is a branch of science that deals with the study of universe and the objects which are present inside this universe, that is the celestial objects. So all the objects which are present in the universe are known as celestial objects, or it is also known as heavenly bodies. So and the study of these celestial objects is known as astronomy. And of course it is done by the people which are known as astronomers. So astronomers are those people, or these are this group of scientists who study about the universe and the celestial bodies. And of course they use the instrument that is known as telescope. So here you can see this is the telescope by which they can observe various celestial objects present inside our space or in our universe. Now, in the universe, there are numerous of galaxies. So this picture you can see these are the galaxies present inside our universe. So what is these galaxies? So galaxies are basically these are the group of stars. And remember, this group of star is not small group of star, but it is very huge group of star in which around 10 raised to power 11 stars are present. And yes, one thing important that is about the galaxies. So if I am going to tell you about the number of galaxies present in the universe, so the figure is 10 to the power 11 galaxies that are present in the universe, and in each galaxy there are stars which are again the same number, that is 10 to the power 11. So ultimately these are the stars which are present in each galaxy. So these are again 10 to the power 11. So if I'm going to tell you about the number of stars present in the universe, so then counting will become 10 to the power 22 stars present in universe. So galaxy is a group of star, whereas stars is a spinning ball of hot luminous gas which emit their own light. So that is stars. And you have seen there are lots of, even you, there are countless, I mean you cannot count the stars which are present in our space at the night time. And yes, what is there which is present inside the star which make it glow is the type of reaction, the nuclear reaction which is taking place inside the star. So in this reaction, basically the hydrogen atom combines together to form helium. And yes, two hydrogen atoms combining together or fuse together to form helium. So this process, this whole reaction in which nuclear of the atom are reacting with each other, so that is basically known as nuclear reaction. And yes, this is also known as nuclear fusion reaction, because fusion, that is combination of nucleus, is taking place in this particular reaction. And because of this only, energy that is in the form of heat and light is producing out of the star, and our sun is also a kind of star. Now if I talk about the other celestial body which are present in our nearby space is planets. So planets are the heavenly bodies, remember. So planets are heavenly bodies that revolves around the sun. How it revolves we will discuss in the coming slides. And yes, if I talk about the planets, so they don't have their own light, so they reflect the light of the sun in on around which they are moving. So this is the special thing about the planet. And if I'm going to differentiate it with the stars, so obviously stars are having their own light, whereas the planets are not having their own light. Whereas if I talk about the stars, so stars are twinkling, so they twinkles at the night, as we have seen, because of the refraction caused by our layer of the atmosphere. Remember, refraction caused by the layer of atmosphere, it looks like that stars are twinkling basically. but planets do not twinkle. Now, if I talk about the very important thing about the universe is how we are going to measure the different distances between the heavenly bodies. So, astronomers generally use a special type of unit. So, they are not using kilometers for the measuring of distance because this distance is very, very large. So, they use a special type of unit that is known as light year. So, what is exactly light year? It is a distance that is covered by light in 1 year. So, let me clear you one more thing, that the speed of light is 3 lakh kilometer per second. That means in 1 second it is going to cover 3 lakh kilometer in the space. And yes, if I am going to multiply, because I have to calculate the light year. So what is light? So I have told you the distance covered by light in 365 days. That means in 1 year. So that is 365 days multiplied by 24, that is the number of hour present in one day. So that will give us the total number of hours in the year. So then again, if I am going to multiply it with the 60, so it will give us the number of minutes present in 1 year. Then if I am going to again multiply it with the 60, which is going to give us the total number of seconds present in 1 year. And if I am going to multiply these total number of seconds with this value, that is 3 lakh kilometers, so I am going to get the value that is 9.5 into 10 to the power 12 kilometer. So that is equal to the 1 light year. So the distance that will be traveled in kilometer by a light in 1 year is equal to 9.5 into 10 to the power 12 kilometers. So you can imagine how much distance will be there. And yes, one more interesting thing about the distance. So if I talk about the nearest star after the sun to us is Proxima Centauri, which is 4.3 light year away from us. So this is the distance of the nearest star if I'm talking about other than sun, because sun is just 1500 lakh, that means 15 crore kilometer away from us. So that is the story of the sun. Now if I talk about the our nearest space, so in our space, so the space which we can see by our naked eye in the sky, so we can see this constellation pattern. So what is these constellations? So constellations are the group of stars which are arranged in particular pattern, which is known as constellations. Remember this thing, constellations are the stars, group of stars which are arranged in particular pattern. And astronomers have divided, so these have divided, astronomers have divided these group of star, and they have drawn a imaginary picture around them so that they can easily identify, so we can easily identify them. So at present we are having 88, total number of 88 constellation that has been recognized by the astronomers, and they have been given some name also. And what is the special thing about these constellations, that they are going to appear to move from east to west direction. So that is the thing. So they are moving, they are appearing us like they are moving from east to west direction. So we will discuss this concept in detail in the upcoming topics. Now if I talk about the various constellations, so the common constellation which is available in our sky is the Ursa Major, which is a part of the constellation that is Great Bear. So you can see this is Ursa Major. This one, this whole, thing, or you can say constellation, is Ursa Major. And what is Ursa? Ursa means to say bear. So remember this thing. So this is the Latin word Ursa, which means bear. So this is Ursa Major. So as you can see, so it is having lots of number of stars. Some prominent stars are there, and some uh, faint stars are also present. So in this particular Ursa Major, there is a structure which is known as Big Dipper. So you can see this is Big Dipper. Why it is called Big Dipper? Because it is just looking like a spoon. So it is having 7 stars. These are 7 prominent star which is a part of Ursa Major, which is this particular stars are known as Big Dipper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 and 3, 7. So these are the 7 stars which are Big Dipper, known as Big Dipper, and it is a part of this Great Bear or Ursa Major. Now in this last 2 stars you can see, so these 2 stars are going to be every time, if you are going to observe these pattern or constellation, so these 2 stars will be focused upon, so they are going to guide us toward a star that is known as the pole star. So remember, so this is the pole star. So these two stars, if I'm going to straighten the line, so it is going to direct toward the pole star, and this pole star is present in the north direction of our earth. So this is going to give, I mean, in the before the magnetic compass was invented, so sailors used to have the direction by using this pole star as their identification. So by having this pole star only, they get to know that this is the north pole direction. And yes, this pole star is a part of another constellation that is known as Ursa Minor, and in this Ursa Minor also there is a group of star which is having 7 stars, and pole star is a part of this particular Ursa Minor. So this is about the two constellation, that is Ursa Major, that is Great Bear, and this is Ursa Minor, that is Small Bear, like this. Okay, now if I talk about the Ursa Major, so I have already told you that it is having Big Dipper, which is having 7 bright star, and Pole Star is present in the Ursa Minor, and it can be located with the help of Ursa Major. Now I talk about the Orion, the next constellation. So in this Orion, the hunter, which is also known as, in Indian language it is also known as Mriga. So here you can see this is a shape of hunter basically. On to the left side of the screen you can see this is the Orion shape, or this is the type of hunter. So you can see these are the prominent star of this particular constellation: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 prominent star is present. So 4 are present in the shoulder and legs, and 3 are present in the belt level. And yes, there are some faint star also which is not so much brightened. So this is going to form a constellation that is known as Orion, that is the hunter, and this constellation is visible in the winter season, remember. And one more interesting thing about this Orion is that we can locate the star which is the brightest star of our sky, that is known as Sirius. So Sirius is the star which can be located by using these two stars which are present middle, these three middle stars present in the Orion. So this is going to lead to the Sirius star, which is the brightest star of our sky. Remember this thing, this question can come. So these are the prominent stars which I have shown you with the help of circles. Now if I talk about the again Orion, so it contains 7 stars that I have told you, and Sirius I have told you about the this thing, and this constellation is visible only in winter season. So remember. Now I talk about the next constellation, that is Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia is a star group of star in which 5 prominent stars are present. So as you can count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the 5 prominent stars which is forming a letter W, or you can see it is also a letter of M. So this is the prominent star, and it is also appearing in the winter season. One more constellation that is in your syllabus is Scorpius. Scorpius is a star in, I mean, constellation in which 7 bright stars are present. So these are the Scorpius structure. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the seventh one, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the Scorpius, and again it is having some prominent star also and some faint star also, and it is forming a structure of scorpion. So that is why it is known as Scorpius, and yes, it is visible in the summer season. So this is all about the constellation. Now one more interesting thing about the constellation is that these stars looks like that they are very much close to each other, but exactly they are not close to each other because we are observing them at same distance to form a group. So exactly there is very much difference between these stars. So I mean, some stars are close to us and some stars are very far away from us, but from our height, from our position, it looks like both the stars are very near to each other. But it may be possible that one star is very near to us and this star may be very far away from us. So this is the thing, but it appears like that they are very close to us. Now I'm going to tell you about the movement of stars. So I have told you that the constellations are appearing to be moved from east to west direction. So what is exactly the reason behind. The reason is Earth is moving in opposite direction. So remember this thing, our Earth is moving from west to east direction, and that is why it looks like that all the stars are moving from east to west direction. So that is the thing. And whereas if I talk about the pole star, so pole star appears to be stationary. Why it is stationary? Because our axis on which Earth is rotating, so that axis lies in the same position. So basically that is the reason. So the pole star is just, I mean, it is just lies onto the axis of the rotation of the Earth. So here you can see in this video, so here is the pole star, this one. And if I talk about the movement of the Earth orbit, so it not orbit but the axis, so it is rotating around this particular axis, and this rotation and this star, I mean the axis on which it is rotating, on the axis on which it is rotating, and this polaris or the pole star present in the same axis, lies on the same axis. So that is why this pole star remains stationary in position, so it looks like stationary in position. So this is the west direction and this one is the east direction. So our Earth, if I can tell you, so our Earth is moving from west to east direction. That is why all the stars which are present in our galaxy or in our space looks like moving from east to west direction. Okay, so this is all about the movement of the star in our space. Now the next topic is solar system, which we are going to discuss in the next video.